Oh, it's the third in a series of me checking out Fantech's new mice. And this is kind of a different one in the sense that I wasn't slated to be sent this mouse. I actually saw this being sent out to different reviewers, checked out Fantech's website out of curiosity, and I saw something there that I really liked. This is the Kanata S Wireless gaming mouse, in yellow specifically. Let's get it unboxed and tested. But before we continue with the video, let's keep the lights on here in the studio. This video was brought to you by Sneak Attack Design Lab. They're a clothing company that specializes in technical fashion, more commonly known as techwear, and you can see me in their clothes in most of my videos. I've been supporting their brand ever since I met them back in 2019, and now they're returning the favor. Head on over to the link in the description to get 10% off of your order from their site. Check their clothes out. You're bound to see something badass over there that'll look great on you. Thank you very much to Sneak Attack for this exclusive promo for my viewers. Now, back to the video. So this is the Fantech WG9S Kanata S Wireless gaming mouse. It's a fairly cheap, entry-level wireless offering from Fantech that's looking to deliver good performance and ergonomics at a simple price tag. As we can see here on the box, it's running the Pixar 3311 wireless sensor, it can go up to 12,000 dpi, supports dual-mode connectivity, has Wano blue shell white dot switches, and boasts 70 plus hours of battery life. And of course, it comes in yellow. We can see some more advertised features at the back of the box, but I'll be demonstrating all of those later. For now, let's get it unboxed. Upon opening up the box and the box inside the box, we can see the Kanata S Wireless in a wax bag inset into a plastic mold to protect it from bumps during shipping. Let's put it aside for now. In a little box here inside the box, we have a USB-A to USB-C charging and data cable, and underneath the plastic mold are the quick start guide and the warranty card. No note from FanDP. But yeah, that's everything inside the box. Inside the box. Let's get to the mouse. Before moving on to the product tour, I would just like to remind you that if you're liking the video so far, please consider subscribing. Less than 1% of the people watching my videos are subscribed to the channel. Subscribing is free and greatly helps me in continuously creating content for this channel. And of course, is always greatly appreciated. Alright, let's head on over to the product tour. So this is the Fantech Kanata S Wireless. As we can see, it's in a strong yellow color, and it's slightly orange. I like it so much. But almost everything else on the mouse is black, save for the middle of the scroll wheel, which is transparent plastic. It's got a grippy texture, not exactly but close in feeling to the coating on the Area 2 that we previously took a look at. A quick check here on my scale reveals that it weighs 90 grams with the USB dongle, but without the cable. This is the heaviest Fantech mouse I've taken a look at so far, but then again, this one isn't advertised as being a lightweight mouse. Starting at the top, we can see that it is a fairly long but narrow mouse. It's symmetrical, yes, but the back and forward controls are only on the left side, so this is a right-handed mouse. Yes, left-handed mice do exist. Moving on to the sides, we see the back and forward buttons that are fairly clicky. In fact, here's how the mouse sounds in general. At the front, we have an easily accessible USB-C port. Props to Fantech for not recessing this port, as those kind of prevent you from using different aftermarket cables. At the ass end of the mouse is just a basic black Fantech logo screen printed on. And at the underside, we see 3 sections of PTFE feet, but no PTFE ring around the sensor. Then we see the on and off switch, and a little dock here for the USB receiver. Fantech, please put this in all your other mice. Give us little docks on the mouse for the USB receiver. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's a simple mouse. Let's check out the software for it. So like the 2 previous Fantech mice that we've checked out, the software for the Kanata S looks like it's built off of the same software template. So yeah, quick run through time. Upon opening up the app, we can see the profile page. This is usually where we can customize profiles, but it looks like there can only be one profile on the Kanata S. This is also where we can customize button assignments and even adjust the debounce time from 0 milliseconds to 20 milliseconds. There are a total of 6 buttons that we can remap, which are basically all of the buttons on the mouse. Then we have the performance page. This is where we can select how many DPI stages we have from 1 to a maximum of 5. DPI can be set from the minimum of 50 DPI to a maximum of 12,000 DPI. I am an 800 DPI player and I never change from that, so we're going to set this to just 1. This is also where we can change the report rate or the polling rate of the mouse. There's an option for 125, 250, 500, and 1000 Hz. We can also adjust the sensor settings here from its mode to lift-off distance and toggles for ripple control and angle snapping. Lastly, on this page, we can adjust the DPI light effects, the one at the underside of the mouse. Let's set it to off for now since I can't really see it if it's under the mouse and I want to maximize the battery life. Next page we have is macros. This is where you can record key and mouse presses and set them to be activated and or repeatable when you assign it to a button on the mouse. This is a fairly standard feature among gaming peripherals, so I won't be covering it in detail here. Next page is lighting, which is just the faint lighting inside the scroll wheel. In my experience, and as we can see here, it's fairly inconsequential to the overall looks of the mouse. So yeah, you can just customize the lighting here and not much else. I'll just set mine to off. Last page we have our settings, which just controls the language of the software, the pairing tool, and whether or not the software will run on system boot. Alright, now that we've taken a look at the Fantech Kanata S and its software, time to see its performance in games. Just a little disclaimer for this testing run, I don't foresee myself using the Kanata S for a lot of gaming. Personally, I have better mice for that. But for the purposes of this video, I put it through our standard mouse test. First off is Aimlabs 6-Shot and Grid-Shot Ultimate. This is where I can measure the raw tracking performance of the mouse, and it's also where I first get acclimated to the mouse. Right off the bat, I can immediately feel the weight of the mouse. I've been using small sub 60 gram mice for a while now, and switching to this 90 gram big boy really messed with me for the first few shots I've taken here. But as you can see, I slowly got used to the heft and started landing some pretty accurate shots. Slow at first, but yeah, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I was able to get up to a comfortable speed in grid shot despite the weight, mainly because that Pixar 3311 sensor tracks really well. Moving on over to Battlefield 2042, this is where I can measure the controllability of the mouse when it comes to fine movements. See, I play a machine gunner in Battlefield 2042, which means I handle high recoil, high capacity machine guns, so I really have to pull back a lot on the mouse when I'm doing sustained fire. And as you can see here, I had little problem executing those with the Kanata S. It does require much more deliberate pullbacks for recoil control compared to the Area 2 and the Helios 2 Pro S, but that's mainly because of the weight of the mouse. Predictably good experience here in Battlefield 2042. I like it. And lastly, we closed out this testing segment with a few runs of Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered's The Pit. A personal favorite of mine, this tests the overall capability of the mouse. I've run this pit probably thousands of times by now, and this is where I can really feel my connection to the mouse. And what can I say? This pit run felt really great. I did around 10 runs with the mouse, and what you're seeing is the best one I've done. Its core marred only by a bad run-in with one of the targets. But aiming felt accurate, the mouse was responsive, and I didn't feel any wayward tracks or input lag. I'm pretty happy with my time. So, what do we think about the Fantech WG9S Kanata S Wireless gaming mouse? I think it's got fantastic value, especially when you consider its 1,048 Philippine pesos or $17 US estimated price. I've had regular workday lunches worth more than this mouse, so for it to perform this well, feel this good in the hands, and look this great in person is entirely unexpected for me. It doesn't feel like a budget mouse. The main reason why I reached out to Fantech to ask for one was simply to complete the set. They had already given me a Helios 2 Pro S in black for my all-black main setup, the Area 2 in white for my secondary white setup, and now I've got the Kanata S in yellow to match my predominantly yellow and colorful on-the-go mobile work setup. It's just that simple. I had only asked for a mouse to match what my setup looked like, but not only did Fantech deliver, they went beyond my expectations. This Christmas time, if you've got a loved one gaming away on a crappy mouse, this will make for a great small gift that won't break the bank, and they'll love you more for it. Highly recommended. So that's the Fantech WG9S Kanata S Wireless Gaming Mouse. Do you have any questions about it? Leave them down in a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. While you're there, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. That's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.